Well, hello and good morning. Welcome back to another mussel fishing film. Yes, we've got the broken hat again. Hasn't it been a while out on a boat? The last time I was out on a boat was, I think, mid-October, Conga Cup, so yeah, or early October. The weather's been horrendous for the last 3 months. There's been barely any windows. I could probably count on one hand how many little windows there's been. So we're going to go out today, and the main aim of the day really is to anchor up and do some bait fishing, just to see what's out there. Obviously, after an extended period of time where you haven't been at sea, it's sometimes hard to find the fish, it's hard to know what's out there, it's hard to know what they're doing. So it's going to be a bit of a day of just relax, see what we can get, and just stay on the water, which I think we're all very appreciative of. Obviously, we're out with Neil on the Blackbird today, so that's
morning.
There's Mr. Boy, handsome fellow behind the wheel. Yeah, we're just gonna have to play it by ear and see how we get on, but I'm looking forward to it. The wind's going to pick up a little bit later, so it's all going to be inshore stuff today. There's no bombing offshore. It's going to be just a mixed day at anchor using some baits, and obviously we'll talk through tactics and rigs and baits and all that sort of stuff throughout the day. Right, the hat. The situation was, I should say shark attack, but it was the dog constantly getting hold of it. Let's fix it. A lot of people have wanted me to do this. There we go. One bit of plastic off. And if you just snip this little bit here. Fisherman, fabric designer. Look at that. That might look a lot better. I mean, it's not like it's dangling in the eye now, so I feel like I can see a bit better. There we go. All done. Let's go and catch some fish. Yeah. What a morning to be out. Beautiful sunrise. Offshore would be choppy today, so it's mostly an inshore job, but I'm quite looking forward to that. Just got to go and deliver some buckets to Ben on Easy Living, and then we'll go and get going. Ready? Happy days. Right, have a good one.
Yes,
good luck.
See you about.
Yes, mate. So behind me you can see the White Cliffs. I was going to say White Cliffs of Dover. That's definitely not true. The South Downs. Very, very pretty. Beautiful landmark. If you've never visited it, lovely to go for a walk up there. Some nice pubs and stuff. And then there's the lighthouse there as well. It's a mark everyone goes to on the end, this one. So I don't mind staying where we are because everyone knows it. It's not a secret mark or anything, but it's just one which does produce some bass. Whether they'll be on it today or not, I don't know. It's winter now. Water is a bit. It's murky, but it's not as bad as I thought it might be. You just never know. If you don't try it, you're not going to know. So probably give it about half an hour, 45 minutes on here, depending on how it fishes. And then we'll go and stick the anchor in, and as I said earlier, we'll do some mixed ground fishing. So we're just arriving now. Obviously when you come up to a mark, always slow down. You don't go steaming right over it, because you might scare a few fish which are there. So nice and slow, approach the mark, tee up to it, engine off, then you can drift it. It's just starting to ebb now, so there might be a bit of tide there. I don't know, we might have to wait a little while, we'll see how it goes. But some of you will realise I'm wearing a dry suit this morning. It's not because I think I'm going to fall in, it's just purely based on the fact that it keeps the spray off and it keeps you nice and toasty. Right, let's get a lure down there. Right, so just dropping the side winder down now. The fish finder's pinging and telling us noises, which usually means there's fish there. I'm just looking now, there's a bit in the top column. Might even be herring at this time of year, to be fair. Right, slow retrieve, as this is quite a fast reel. see what we can do. Always a chance of codling as well. If you're going for the cod, you'd use a sort of more brighter lure really, and you'd bounce it off the bottom opposed to a steady retrieve, but you never know. Right, so no fish on that first run, so we'll go and try a different part of it. It's a very big bar here. It stretches for about half a mile long. It's quite a long feature. Yeah, just gonna go and try a different part of it now. Oh, that might have been a tap.
Yeah.
Maybe. Right, so we've had about 5 or 6 drifts and not actually had anything. I may have had a little tap there. I don't know. I might have done. This sort of mark, to be fair, you can fish this all day, and for 1.5 hours of a window, all of a sudden it's very good. But it's not really the aim of the game today, to keep drifting and resetting drifts. And the aim of the game is really to do a bit of anchor fishing, but we wanted to do this first just to see if there was any here. Don't think there's that many. Well, there's not many at the moment in time anyway, so we'll probably just yeah, go and have our anchor up in a bit. Right, let's go and stick the anchor in. Right, so we've stuck the anchor in. We're not far from the shore. I say it's still lots of residual swell from all these storms we've been having. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put down 3 rods. We're going to put 1 small rod down, just on a sort of what scratching type style rig, just with little strips of squid, and maybe a little bit of worm, something like that, just to see what's down there. Now, I could bet my mortgage that we're probably going to get some whiting today. Quite a lot of them, I would imagine. Which I don't mind actually, to be honest, because on light gear they're a bit of fun if you can get some big ones, and I'll keep it all for my dog food, so yeah, I don't mind that at all. There's probably going to be some whiting, some dogfish, that sort of thing on the sort of lighter scratching rig, and then I'm going to put 2 rods out just on running ledgers and a trace with just a whole bit of squid, and just see what we can do. So I'm not been looking at the camera because I've been just getting that weight on. Just using little chinu hooks, just with little strips of squid, just to see what's down there on the small rod. So I'm going to imagine a lot of whiting, and yeah, we'll get that bait up, get that cast out, and I'll talk you through the running ledger rigs in a second. So just little strips of cuttle there. I'm not even set up, we've got a bite. Just set this 1 rod up. I would say it's going to be a white. Yeah, fish on, eh? Very small, whatever it is. In the winter, just try and catch fish. If you sit there waiting for fish which aren't really there, it can be quite a long, cold day. So put out 2 main rods and just have a little one. There you go, little whiting as expected. Yeah, put out 1 main rod and then just have a little rod for your other bits. Those specialist chinus, that bottom lip all the time. There you go. Say it's not a whiting, that one. I think it's a it's a little pouting actually. No, it's not a pouting, I don't know. Wouldn't like to say that is a whiting, I'm not sure. But there you go. More bites. Yep, bit bigger this time. can't leave a rod down there for more than a minute. Oh, that's a better one. Yeah, that's a better one. Better fish. This is a better fish, guys. Whoa! Look at those. That's better. That's better, isn't it?
That's a lovely chap.
It's a lovely whiting. Whiting and a pout. Wow. Don't mind those. That's good. That's a really good size edible whiting, that one. Again, look, nailed in the bottom lip. Fantastic. They're all coming home with for my dogs. And we've got a poor cod on the end. That's the bite, guys. Still yet to get all my rods out. I've only got one rod out on a bigger bait, a big circle. Look, I have a feeling these whiting might be a bit of a nuisance today. Although, as I said earlier, I'm looking to catch quite a few to feed to my dogs. Because the price of dog food nowadays is absolutely crazy, and you can make a nice balanced meal out of your fish you catch, then great. Look, probably be a few more whiting, I think. Yeah, a couple of whiting. Whiting on the top, pattern on the bottom. I won't show you every single one because you'll get a bit bored, but I will show you a few. Other channel whiting, as I say, I won't show you every single one, but when there's a good bite, obviously I'll show you. But yeah, just little strips of squid or little strips of cuttlefish, perfect. A lot of people, I actually used to use lugworm for these. Lugworm's so expensive these days, £3.50 for 10 if you don't pump it yourself. You don't need lugworm for whiting. Bits of strips of squid, last a long time, and you get away using the same bait for 3 or 4 fish. So that's got a bigger bait on it, the one with the white tip there. That one there, that's just got a bigger bait. We've had a few bites on that one. I think that's got a singular circle and a whole squid. The problem is whiting are actually they're savage fish. They'll the whole sort of shoal just attack it, and sometimes it'll look like a good bite and sometimes it's not always. So hopefully we'll distract them with the smaller rods, so the whiting goes to the smaller baits and they leave our big baits alone to give a chance of a ray or something coming along and picking it out. Baits we're using today, we've got squid and bluey wraps. So there's a bit of cuttle there, we've got some sand eel, and yeah, just whole squid. Not complicated, not confusing fishing. Just yeah, baits on the bottom at anchor.
Yeah.
Oh no, there is a fish. Yeah, we have got a nice fish on, Neil. Yeah, nice fish. All of a sudden it's woken up. What we got? Doggy. Oh, it's all wrapped up in that green line. Oh dear. Hang on. So first obligatory dogfish. Neil's mate actually eats these, so these will be being kept as well today. It's just on the whole squid. That's hook is absolutely nailed down there. So in the winter especially, I pre-make all these wraps, this bluey squid wraps. Just saves getting your hand really cold making baits. And all I do is I pull the hook through. This is a catfish hook. I just go through it a few times like that. Bring the hook in and out like that. Pull that line tight. So that brings the hook up like so, which looks really nice. Then I've got a little XT inline hook there. Bring that one down. And I have it popping out the opposite way to that. So 1, 2, 3. Just like that. So I've got one hook pointing that side and one hook pointing there. I'll pick that back up to trace and cast that one out. Just going to check this rod. It's been going for a while, this little rod. Imagine whiting again. Let's have a look at that. There you go. Neil's got all white in there. Try and yeah, I should catch it. There you go. They're actually quite nice sizes. They're all about £half a pound. We've got a fish on here. Ooh. Big pouting and a whiting. Double shots of fish, guys, every time. Big pouting and half decent whiting. There you go. Got a half decent bite on that one. There you go, look, a couple of pull downs. So when I strike into these, I try and come as low to the water as possible. And a nice sharp. Oh, don't think we've got anything on there. But I said that last time, and then there was a dogfish, so we will check it. It won't be anything too exciting. Yeah, oh no, big old pouting. Cool. Jumbo. Now, that's the reason you've got to check these things, because if I'd left that out there, that'd just be sitting there, but it's quite a big pout. And yeah, we didn't take the main hook, he's took the top hook. Nailed as always. There you go. Well, there's no money on what this is going to be. I would imagine a whiting. Can't really feel any fish on, but all of a sudden you'll start feeling them when you've taken up the slack a bit. Now, at the start of this, I said I don't mind whiting. There's going to be a point where I go, even I'm fed up of them. The good thing is the big baits are taking a little bit longer to sort of develop, so hopefully they'll be able to stay out and get away with it just a little. That one can go back, it's just a little pouting. Too small for dog food, and yeah, it won't get much meat off that one. So that one can go back, but little pout. Go on. There he goes. Might be seagull food. Yeah, here we go, guys. We've actually got a bit more of a decent fish on here. It's got a few head tugs. It's got a bit more weight to it. Much more weight to it. I mean, I can't just wind it in this time. So, oh yeah, Here we go, Neil. Interesting. I don't think it'll be nettable, but might be a massive pouting. But I always play every fish carefully. You know, if there's a bit of weight to them, because that's got some head shakes. We're in the winter, it's cobbling season as well. You never know, you know? Just never know. Oh, big doggy. A big doggy and a whiting. Yeah. Oh, it's a big white in that bottom one.
Nice.
The reason why I thought there was more on there was because we've got a decent dogfish. Nailed on that chinny, look at that. And on the bottom hook, we've got a very decent channel whiting, which is not bad at all. We'll put my life jacket and dry suit back on in a sec. I was just removing some layers. It's getting rather warm, which is nice actually. It's just before December, it's late November, and I missed that one. Yeah, we're in. You could be in a t-shirt today and still be quite warm. The only problem with dry suits, it makes it awkward to take off the layers, but I'd rather have one than not. Yeah, we missed that bite, but our back rod's going. But it's loads of whiting. What I'm going to do in a minute, I'm going to flapper up a pouting and put a circle hook through it and chuck that out there and leave it. That should stop the whiting getting that bait. It gives us a bit of a chance to maybe get a conger coming through. A ray will take that as well. Yeah, just give us a chance for some different fish. Right, so the plague of whiting continues. Flappered up a pouting, and all I'm going to do is use a circle hook to go through the head. I'm going to pull it through, and I'm going to nab it on the back. Hopefully that will stop the whiting, and it'll give us a chance to have a bigger bait down there for a bit longer. So just to see, circle hook sticking out, see what happens. I'm hoping conger, maybe, but it's worth having a bigger bait down there just to see. There might even be a huge bass down there. You just never know. Well, as I said, I'm not going to film all of them, but when I'm winding up and there's a slightly heavier weight on it, I'll wind in. But it's not even a big fish. It's just a little, again, just a little pouting, but just felt a bit bigger that time. It is constant fish today. I mean, if you wanted to have a couple of small rods out there, you'd literally be winding in and catching fish all day, but they are of the same sort of calibre and not exactly Very exciting, but yeah, just little pouting mostly. Great little conger baits and great little baits to put in the chum and stuff. But we'll see if he goes back. Yeah, he went back, that's good. Always the way. We're sitting down for our lunch. I've got tuna pasta and Neil's got his sandwiches, and every single rod went. This one was a very persistent bite. It wasn't sort of rattly stop. Oh yeah, this is a better one. Nodded a few times here. Just caught around another line. No, coming backwards, that's why. But look at the size of that one. That's a big one. Size of that whiting, guys. Not bad size at all. That's probably about a pound. Yeah, that's not shocking. There we go. The good thing about using the cuttle baits is they last a lot longer. The squid is sort of one fish and that's it. Or you can't leave it down there because squid will come off the hook, but cuttle will stay on the hook. Well, while I'm up, we might as well check this white rod at the back as well. So this could be, so I'm going to be a big dogfish, full us, little eel maybe, or a ray. It's not really fighting like a ray, mind you, but there's a bit of weight to it. I'm going to say dogfish because I can't really feel it fighting. What's it going to be, Neil? What's it going to be? Dogfish, damn it. So my boom, little plastic boom, it snapped when I cast it, so it's coming in sort of a bit cockeyed, hence why it felt a bit bigger. But dogfish on those offset catfish hooks, they work. You hear that noise? It's like sandpaper. Hold them, bend their tail towards them and just hold them like that for unhooking, otherwise they will get you and it will hurt. So yeah, have a doggy. Well, the problem is when I don't record every single strike on the little scratching rig, that's a whiting, so don't worry about that. But we've got something down there, which is a bit more interesting. What have you got, Neil?
Oh, that's a nice whiting.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at it. That's a nice whiting.
That's Neil's whiting, massive
nice
fish.
Nice whiting.
Pound and a bit, that one. Yeah, nice one, mate. Well done. Give me try and hook him.
Yeah, if you would.
Is that a baby conger or is that a silver eel? I don't know.
They're protected, aren't they?
I think, yeah. So I think that's a little baby conger. I don't think it's a silver eel. I think it's a baby conger. I'm going to get it recorded on my book just in case, but wow, they're like see-through. It's the smallest conger eel I've ever caught. Or it might be a silver eel, I don't really know. Could be. I'll get that recorded for my species hunt anyway, just in case. I'll have a little look later. We'll get that on back because if it's a silver eel, it's a protected species. And if it's a conger, it's a little baby. Well, the wind's picked up a little bit and the tide is actually still ebbing until about 1 o'clock. I think it's only about 11:30. But the wind now is quite a strong westerly. So it's started to push us around a bit. It's going to make it a little bit difficult and a bit annoying, I think. A nice fish on here, but is it going to be caught up? No, he's alright, he's just... Those are the whiting, they tangle themselves up. They sort of spin up in the water. Yeah, it's not easy fishing the winter on the channel, English channel really, because there is just a lot of whiting. Yeah, we're gonna get that one unhooked, get it sent back down, but yeah, the fact that we're spinning around at the moment is a little irritating. But it's the conditions that we're faced with all the time at the moment. Is wind and difficult weather. Not a lot you can do about it, unfortunately.
Them whiting, it's beating everything else to the boat,
That's the problem, yeah. So that's two more decent fish on here, but they'll all be whiting. Me and Neil were just saying it's the problem is at the moment the whiting are just smashing up the bait as soon as it hits the seabed. It's not giving any chance for any other fish to come and take the bait, unfortunately. Nah, not even a big one, but not small, but it's another one. Yeah, I mean, as soon as this rod is hitting seabed, it's off. Even with the big baits, they're just getting absolutely annihilated and stripped. That is the problem here, where we are. There's a lot of whiting in the winter, unfortunately. But that's why I'm just using a light rod, sort of a small, very small spinning rod and a small 2000 size reel. So it's at least a little bit of sport. And as I say, today all the whiting are going to be dogs. So it's not waste, you know, they're not going to waste or anything. And there's actually a purpose to catching them. But we'll keep going, we'll keep persevering. You never know, something might eventually happen. It does feel quite heavy actually. Could be a very decent whiting, or is it going to be a dogfish? Got a bit of weight to it. Got one whiting and two whiting, very big uns. Just on those specialist chinny hooks with just strips of bit of squid, bit of mackerel, bit of coal. Really not complicated.
Oh, look! It's
coming up.
Back. It's kicking back.
It might be the anchor, isn't it? We'll have a look. We'll sort it out. What is it, Neil? What is it? It's a rock.
It's a rockfish. It's a rockfish.
A sea anemone, as sort of expected. So that was the culprit.
I reckon that's a ray.
He's hanging there, isn't he? There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? Well, as you can see, the wind has picked up considerably. We knew it was going to. Luckily, the wind's going west, and the tide's going. Sorry, the wind is coming from the west. The tide is going to the east, so it's all working together. Neil's onto a fish here. Maybe a back ray, possibly. We'll try and hold out for a bit longer, but we've got to be sensible at the same time. Let's see what this is. Yeah. Ooh, Ray.
Raymond.
Pull him back.
Pull him back.
Do you want to net him or shall I swing him in?
Yeah, swing him.
Let's grab him when I. Ready? Oi! Well done, mate. Lovely. Happy days. Nice form back rate. Oh. Lovely fish. Well done, buddy.
Money.
There we go. That's sort of what we've been after for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty. About £6–7 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Just shows sometimes on a different tide suddenly they come on, but I'm going to possibly get one more bait out there and probably have to let go in 20 minutes, I'd say. Right, well, weather's picked up quite a lot. It was always due to, but it's more than it said it was going to be. Obviously, it always is. So we just pulled the anchor up, and we're gonna slowly head in now. So thanks for watching. I know there's a lot of whiting. We finally got our form back in the end, or Neil got it, so it's good stuff. Little baby conger, some dogfish, pouting. I think there's a few poor cod in there as well. It's winter fishing, guys. It ain't always going to be great, but we got out. Used a tiny little window we had just to stretch the legs, put a rod out, and have a little go. If you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Let us know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Take care.